Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, March 27th. You're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and SPY. Well, a couple of things. It's our 6th or 7th smallest range of the year. And right now, the volume with the after hours still to go is at 67 million. Well, if we get above 70, I believe, then it won't be in our top 10 smallest volumes. But considering what we had a chance to do today, it's pretty interesting. Smallest range, one of the smallest ranges of the year, and one of the lightest volumes. We gap higher, fail again. That's par for the course. 30 gaps this year, only 5 have held. Only to go trend down, fill our gap, and then guess what? Take the trend day back, rally all the way up, and then have M come down and take out what I was going to use the afternoon pullback. We end only 8 wide, so we only have the day's high and the day's low today. The big thing that was accomplished today, the daily was put back into balance in ES and SPY. NQ goes out with a trend day. They hold one set of single prints. In C, they had 3 sets, but they only end up having 1, so they have a trend day. And Righty, believe it or not, took out both sides of the IB, and they hold their gap. So Righty's the only one that holds their gap, and they blew their afternoon pullback in J when M went down. So they just have the day's high and low and their gap. So very mixed bag of MGI today. I made 26.5 points today. 20 of it was in between A and E. Actually, 20 of it was made between A and D. I made only 1 point in E, believe it or not, thinking we were going to fill the single prints at that time. But in A period, I made 11.5 points in A period, and believe it or not, on the long side. Okay, even some below the opening, but above the opening, we're getting that ebb and flow. So I took a bunch of longs that paid me 11.5 points in A. B period, even though we one time framing down, I made what did I make in A? B 7.5 points. Made 7.5 points in B on longs. Then in C period, I did not think we were going to have single prints that held. I took a long and I gave back 6 of those points. So that kind of stunk, but I got them right back because I shorted D because we were a trend day down and got those 6 points back. So that put me back up at the time around 20 points or so. E period, I took 1 lot long in E thinking we were going to go fill singles. I didn't like it. I took it off for a point, and that was a smart thing to do because we went lower. We do, by the way, before I forget, have a poor low in both ES and SPY. That's SPY's second poor low. And then in I thought we'd have a nice afternoon rally high and then roll over and fill out the park. I had a 6.5 point short in I period that worked out. Now, obviously, it didn't turn out to be the afternoon rally high, but it worked out for me at the point. Here's where emotional trading. Look, the bottom line is this. Game has changed dramatically. When the profile, when pre-high frequency, pre-algos, pre-million day traders, when a market went trend or gapped, it generally would have that continuation because it was mostly long-term players we were playing against back in those days. Now, the power of short-term traders are incredibly powerful. It's amazing. So what do? They gap higher only to rip lower, take back the gap, go trend down to give that back up, only to roll over and come back towards the lows again. So they make it very difficult at times because there's no continuation and it makes it hard with the different MGI. However, it kind of does what it looks like it was going to do. So in other words, when I fill this, I'm like, well, that's a decent afternoon rally high. Now we'll roll over and get a wide POC when J came down. But no, we had 4 reversal bars where we took out a time frame high and low. So you thought when J came down, we'll go fill it out and get lows. Nope. Let's just 2 more time frames of sucking buyers in only to give that all back. So the key is not to get sucked in on that, which I didn't. I didn't do anything after I period, actually. So it turned out to be an excellent day, 26.5 points to start the week. And we're in balance in all 3 of our time frames. The destinations in SPY, today's high is 398.92. Today's low is 395.56, which is also a poor low. ES has 4,000.25 is the low, and it's poor. And then its high is 34.25 on the day. Now, the one other thing, I thought we had good odds of getting the 23rd high once we got the overnight high. So we got the overnight high, but we got the EIB low. I thought we had good odds of getting that. Obviously, that never came to fruition. So that happens. And then, just quickly, on the charts, so 4 days to go in the quarter. We're up about 3% so far for the year. The Nasdaq's the best acting one, up 13%. It's a very indecisive bar here in March with 4 days to go, but clearly it's just a 4-month balance. The weekly is balance, okay? Not taking out last week's high would come out of balance, taking out March 6th high. And that's the real important one for me because I like to stop the lower highs that we're getting on the weekly and so far, again, on the daily. So it's a 4-day balance right now. So if we take out today's high or today's low, we're not coming out of balance unless we take out March 22nd's high or March 24th's low. We traded between the 20 and the 50 all day. Are we going to be quiet until GDP and PCE come out Thursday, Friday? I certainly hope not, but at least we are still getting decent opportunities, even though the range and volume was small. Hope you had a good day trading. Thanks for the likes and subscribing to this YouTube channel. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.